At the beginning of this year, no, years ago when I first came to CFC, I didn't see the world for what it was. I didn't know any negativity or things until my trust was broken. That's when I made the promise to myself that I would never get close to anybody again. I would do whatever it takes to push everyone away. And soon enough, I was led into depression. And I lost sight of who I was and everything. Choir was the brightness in the dark. It was the only thing, one of the only things that kept me going. But even then, I just kept falling into the darkness. Even though that I believe in God, even though that I am a Christian, I still fell. I wasn't suicidal. Just thinking of God and thinking of the people I was leaving behind kept me going. Because I don't want anybody to be sad. But even though that I wasn't suicidal, I still did something. And I didn't see much counseling. But that was my choice. Because the few people I talked to about it just made it worse for me. So I kept it in. Until I met someone who saved my life. Who boosted me out of depression. And that's what this speech is going to be about. It's from the unlikely people you thought you would never speak to. You thought you would just... You just thought. Or screwed up. Or you didn't even know anything about them. They are the unlikely people you never expected would help you. And that's the people you gotta watch out for. There are a few of us who don't know our talent, and most of us do. And I encourage those to find their talent, to find who they are. Because I know the little girl I used to be. I still am. I know this is kind of random, but it's the way I am. I slightly regret not getting to know my fellow classmates. But getting to know them just a little bit, I have somewhat of an idea of who they are and who they're going to be. And who knows, maybe we'll all meet again someday. But we need to keep living on and we need to keep going with a bright smile to success. So some of us don't know what we want to do after we graduate. And most of us do. We all know where we're going. In some way. And I don't know who else is like me, but I don't know where I'm going. I'm on a blind path. So the things you've read about what I'm going to do after high school, they all have a common goal, and that is to help someone with, if it's either they need help finding their light or just a smile on their face. And that's all I ask for everyone else here to do, is to help someone smile. It sounds cliche, I know, but it doesn't mean it's not true. So what if it's cliche? So what if it's corny? It's always the cliche things that help us out, isn't it? We're graduates now. We are looked up upon those who will graduate soon. And I hope when we exit those doors, I hope we left something behind for them to remember us. I'm sure we have. Not all of us are going to meet again. Not all of us are going to remember down 10 years from now or so. Memories are such a valuable thing. And we hold on to some of those memories, some good memories, some happy memories, just to remember what it felt like. This isn't the person you all knew. I get that. I am who I am. I change moods very quickly. It's confusing, but it's my life. Everyone's lives are confusing. But we make it work for us. And our friends have to deal with it. And so do our family. But we make it work. When we exit those doors, we continue to live our lives. No matter how much it changes, no matter who we leave behind or who leaves us behind. Just remember to keep sharpening your skills, to keep climbing that ladder of success. And do it with a smile. Because if some of us fall into the darkness, some of us won't know how to get out. We're all a human. We're all an animal on this planet. We are not different from one another. We're all the same in some way, no matter what it is. When we walk out those doors, just remember who helped you become who you are. And just remember where you came from. We may travel far, we may travel wide, but always remember where you came from. It's a hard thing. Life is. But we live it because it's a challenge. Don't ever think you're alone, because you're not. As Mr. Janicic said, we're sociable creatures. We can't live without one another. Because even if we tried, we'd go crazy. Always listen to your heart and do what you think is right. And do it with a smile. So don't forget. Don't forget any of this, because it will help you.